Alright, hello, and welcome to, this is going to be a video about some things going on, and I was at Wantagh today after Belmore, took a little walk around some of the lakes there. These were some egrets that were at Mill Pond, about 3 egrets right there, but most of this video takes place at Twin Lakes. And I have to get back into some transit issues. Again, I'm going to do some occasional transit updates because, unfortunately, sometimes it's just not talked about. You know, there were some things going on this weekend regarding the NICE bus, regarding the Long Island Railroad that unfortunately weren't reported by anyone. And I feel I had to step up because nobody else was doing it. And I had to step up and talk about this for a little bit. So, without further ado, we'll get started with the video. I'm going to talk about NICE bus and problems, missing buses galore through the weekend. People are, you know, big problems on the N4041 with missing buses. All right, we're back here in Elysium. I'm going to be taking a little video showing you a little. It's a little too hot to walk around this park, but I want to show you the view over the Twin Lakes Park. So that's where we're heading now. On this it's hot, but I'll tell you, it's not that humid today. Taking a little walk out of here because dew points are only they're in the mid-60s, despite temperatures being well into the 80s and around 90 earlier. It's not too bad right now. You know? All right, we're gonna be. This is Park Avenue. I'll show you the sign. Twin Lakes. All right, so I'm gonna show you one view right here of the lake. Sun is setting. Not a whole lot of wind out here, but anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of transit-related things while we're here in this place, because unfortunately, my fellow YouTubers have not brought this up. I'm a little disappointed, but 2 things that have been told about on the weekend happened. The first thing, we're going to talk about NICE bus. Saturday night, my friend Charlton sent me a message saying that the N6, which runs supposed to run all night, apparently wasn't running, and people were left stranded for hours in Jamaica, 179th Street, and they wound up having to take cabs. Yeah, they had to take taxis, which really sucks. You know, they got ripped off, you know, but this is what's going on in this state, because people are left stranded. I guess both boats just broke down. I don't know what happened, but it sounded like chaos. I mean, I think some people might have been able to take the Hempstead branch, maybe, but. And the situation is continuing to this week. N40, long lines in Mineola. Literally, I get on the 41 today, the 40 at Mineola southbound. We leave already standing room only because there's missing buses ahead of us. They're supposed to run every 10 minutes. Headway management is completely out the window today. And then going back, the same thing. Going back from Freeport, missing buses, and I had to deal with an overcrowded bus once again. Alright, we definitely got an overcrowding situation on the N4041 right now. I have to show you because it's really bad. Yeah, standing room only. Standing room only. Standing room here. Standing room there. Standing room only on this bus. Because the buses are missing. There's lots of missing buses today. I would say half the runs aren't going out. The other thing I want to tell you about, Friday night, diesel train problems on the Port Jefferson branch. And, well, it wasn't Friday night, it was Friday afternoon, but the gist of it is, they only had, I think they canceled the westbound train up at Port Jefferson, and then the 406 that gets to Stony Brook around a quarter after. There was so many people waiting in Stony Brook. It was such an overcrowding situation, and the train was only 3 cars. So I want to show you what happened at Stony Brook. And this is what happened at Stony Brook on Friday. And it's really important, and I'm really upset that this didn't get any coverage. I'm really upset about it. This is why Long Island Railroad should have had bigger trains at Stony Brook when campus is in session. And this is only the second start from. So this is what happened. So many kids on the bridge because the platform is packed. Look at that. Those are people on the and these are people standing on the bridge, I meant to say, because the platform is full. All right, so they didn't have enough. They should have had bigger trains. They didn't have bigger trains. They take the trains off the Port Jefferson branch to give them to the Hamptons, and this is the end result of what happened on Friday. This was around, I think this was around 4:16. All right, so tried to leave Stony Brook at 2:40. The train got canceled. They sent a bus for us, and then they got to Huntington, so it was 4:05 to Jamaica leaving. Waited an hour, and then the next train at 5:03 was 30 minutes late. So they did wind up sending a bus. I guess they did send a bus, but I bet you not everybody was able to get on the bus, judging by the crowds. Here we go. This is about half the people who couldn't fit on the 418 at Stony Brook Station. So this is what happens when they take cars off the 3 cars. What idiot decided to have 3 cars for 500 plus Stony Brook students? And this is exactly what's going on here, because the students, again, you know, we have a mixed demographic here of all kinds of people. You know, they're not the lily white homogeneous finance professionals and the rich people from Park Slope and Soho heading out to the Hamptons, so the railroad doesn't really care about them, basically. Now, it does say here that there was an on-scheduled train that showed up at 4:45, so he did eventually have an additional train to accommodate people in the end. But this is chaos here, all right, and completely avoidable. You know, but you know, the railroad only cares about certain people, but I'm glad they did eventually send that train out.
And so not everybody could fit on the train. People left stranded. Fair enough, another opportunity for the taxis to rip people off. However, from what I read on the Twitter thread, they did get an extra train for those people, so that's good. But you know, because they steal cars off the Port Jefferson line, the Oyster Bay line, so they can take care of the people on the Montauk branch. You know, because they're financially, you know, more of the demographic the railroad cares about than college students going to Stony Brook. So of course they're going to get special treatment. So that happened too. So I think those are the 2 main things I wanted to talk about. NICE bus was a disaster today too. The N40, a lot of missing buses on the 4041. Supposed to be a bus every 10 minutes in the afternoon. Well, over half an hour since the bus passed. Got on the bus this afternoon around 4. We left Mineola, first stop, crush loaded. And there was like 45 more people waiting when we got to Hempstead. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting off. I took the 15 to get here to the South Shore. A lot of missing buses on the 4041 today too. So I don't know if it's breakdowns. I don't know if it's drivers calling in sick. I know it was a new pick, but you know, that's what's going on with that. So there you go. Here we are looking south toward the precious Babylon train there. But this is what goes on, you know, special treatment, discrimination, all that stuff. I haven't forgotten about it. You know, I recommend you guys watch Matt and Andy, as well as MTA Prodigy. You know, they're the ones to tune to about this kind of stuff. But when they don't cover something, I have to bring it up. So they didn't cover this, so I had to bring it up. You know, people are stranded, you know. It's not good. It's not good when people are stranded. But that's what's going to go on in this state, because you have the taxi racket involved with Cuomo, Mangano, and a whole lot of other people. And they want people to get stranded. You know, but what it's going to cause is more cars on the road, more people choosing to drive, and that means more pollution in our air. It's worse for our environment. So I have to talk about it. That is a Ferrari. Just show you what's happened with Wantagh. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Got some fancy lights in here. So we got to do occasional transit videos because sometimes the other people just aren't doing them. All right, waiting room is locked. This is the new elevator. All right, this is the elevator here at Wantagh. This will be an inset into the other video that I did at Twin Lakes. I'm not going to make this a separate video. This is the elevator. It has a lot of problems. Hopefully we will not have any problems while I'm in it. It's a very nice elevator. And complain about the elevator being unreliable. Well, let me tell you, it's really nice looking. I'll say that much. Even talks. Let's take a look at the platform. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at the brickwork. See, they got a steel canopy. They don't have the plexiglass we have. That's the elevator. Let's see if this is open. It's open. See, now, look at how much bigger and it just feels more spacious than Hicksville. I think the platform is wider here than Hicksville. Of course it is. Got the artwork up there, which looks a lot nicer than the artwork at Hicksville. You can see it's a lot more detailed. Only the best to this area. You get to see what goes on here. Yeah, we don't get that. We're not going to get that on the main line. Get that nice brickwork. We don't get brickwork. The whole thing is plexiglass. We don't get brickwork at Hicksville. I mean, this is ridiculous. When I come here, it's so evident what's going on. It's so evident. Now, doesn't this staircase look inviting? Get that. Look, the artwork over there.
Attention Long Island Railroad customers. The 7:29 p.m.
You could just see how much better made this station is. I mean, it's solid. This brick is solid. It's not that... All we get is Hicksville's plexiglass. Why couldn't they use brick? There's no reason why they couldn't. These are the lights. See, look at these big, heavy-duty lights that they put in. Hicksville gets the tiny little strip lights, but they get nice, heavy-duty lights. The lights just came on. I want to show you how bright they are. Look at how much brighter they are than Hicksville. Wow. These things are really bright. Look at that. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And again, I'm sure it looks beautiful compared to Hicksville, but we all know that's because of the preferential treatment that certain demographics get. That, you know, white, finance, professional demographic that seems to be taken care of all too well in this state. So, while the rest of us kind of get stuck with the crap. But anyway, let's conclude this video. Hope you enjoyed this little view. Not a bad day out here. Better than it's been. Humidity is lower, and that helps a lot. So, but anyway, that is going to wrap it up here from Twin Lakes Park in Wantagh, New York. Take care.